first things first, a serious question. What is your go-to Abba karaoke song? Petra, you first.
Oh, it would be Before You Came, The Day Before You Came. But it's too difficult for me to sing, but it's the one I love the most.
That's quite niche, and that's like not very mainstream. No. I love that choice.
Not very mainstream.
Also from one of their best albums,
Absolutely.
I feel.
Well
totally.
done.
Honestly.
Well done.
Oh, I love
there we
that.
go. Connection already.
Yeah.
Edward, go-to karaoke song for Abba?
So mine's a little bit gayer. It has a hand clap. You know which one will be then?
Voulez-vous?
No.
Oh.
It's
A bit small, a bit like a nicher. As Good As New.
As Good As New
for you.
from Voulez-vous.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yes.
I adore that song. Ma 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 ma.
Yes.
Da 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 da.
I love that we've already gone niche Swedish ABBA
Yes.
on the first question.
Yeah.
And the song you would do together as a duet?
Oh, we could do a nice Fernando, couldn't we?
Yes, Fernando, absolutely.
Oh,
yes, that's great.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
When I went to see ABBA Voyage, there was some Irish women behind me who had had a few too many beers and wines. And when Fernando came on, that was their big sing-along. Can you hear the drums, Fernando?
Oh, they were right behind you?
Right behind me. Beautiful.
Oh,
It was a
lovely.
chorus.
But you must accept it, yeah.
I loved it.
Oh, yeah.
I
Who needs
loved
like
it.
Nathan Annan for you when you have those two lovely Irish women?
Edward, Petra, welcome to the official Eurovision Song Contest podcast. Petra Mede, host for the third time.
Yes.
Edward af Sillén, writer-director for the fourth time. Is that right?
Yeah, actually.
Because you did 2010.
Yeah.
Which lots of people might not know.
No, that's true.
But
the
it-
Norwegians brought me over.
Yeah, amazing. What a gig that you got.
It was huge for me. But of course, 13 meant more to the heart because it was Sweden. Remember back in 2010, we didn't think Sweden would ever win again.
Yes.
So, yeah.
2013, though, does it feel like Malmö all over again, Petra?
Yes, somehow.
Well, we are in Malmö. So.
We are in Malmö. Well, so many things are actually similar. Edward, of course, and me, we look exactly the same. And then the place, the loge, we are now.
The dressing room, the same
the
dressing room.
They are made so beautifully, and everything. It reminds me so much of 2013. Although the area around it has really exploded, because I think there was only the arena out here, and now there are like apartments and stores and everything. So it's a place where things have been much. It's been much nicer to be around here this week.
Yeah.
I think.
But just when we came back here, there was so many memories coming back because it was our first Eurovision.
Yeah.
You did it alone, which was kind of in hindsight a bit crazy. And these corridors were running desperately around you, just given birth to a baby.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was the Jean Paul Gaultier clothes, which we really regretted afterwards because it was beautiful, but it was so much work.
Well, yeah, and I went around with a Segway as well.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you did actually.
Yes.
You had
We
a
were having
Segway?
Well, actually, I prepared it because I had it on stage. I had it in the green room or something.
Yeah, we did a joke with the Segway.
Yeah, we did a joke with it, so I had to learn how to ride the Segway. So I guess people were a little bit surprised when they saw the host going around the arena in a Segway.
Wheeling by in Jean Paul Gaultier.
Yeah, in Jean-Paul Gaultier clothes. That's true.
We knew you were iconic from the first moment you stepped on the Eurovision arena, right? But maybe doing it on your own, that was actually the making of you and this Eurovision journey, So maybe you were always meant to do that gig on your own.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I love to do it with Måns and with Malin, but to start alone, kind of it got me a good self-confidence, I think. And I mean, this is the best gig ever. I'm so lucky and blessed. And I said in another interview that I can't ask for more now. I mean, no, doing this for the third time with Edward, it's, it doesn't get better than this.
When did you get the call to come back for the third time?
Well, the thing, you will notice that I rarely remember things, and Edward remembers everything, so he would probably tell you the date. But I know that we kind of started to chat a little bit after the win of Loreen.
Yeah, after Liverpool.
But we were just like talking, and I mean, I don't think you had got the question, and certainly not I, because I mean, I'm dependent on you. So. But as soon as the question was official, I mean, I just said yes.
Straight
as long
away.
As Edward is in it, of course.
Yeah.
I would not have done
Sweet.
it. I would not have done it otherwise. No,
There was no doubt in your mind, I'm going to be back there.
No. But with Edward, I would not have done it otherwise. That's because I would not feel secure enough. Because during the Eurovision, I literally lay my life in Edward's hands. I do what he says, except for the massages. I decide them myself.
Yeah, I couldn't stand the sexual tension.
Yeah.
No, but
So,
and likewise, I wouldn't have done it without Petra. It was harder this time because we weren't expecting it.
No.
Because I think 2016, just getting to do it again was, beyond our dreams, and we got to do it again and try to do it better and change it, and we could do bigger show numbers. It was just a fun year, and I think we thought with that final, and even with Love of Peace, we said, okay, this is our goodbye Eurovision, and off with our lives.
It's never goodbye Eurovision, Edward. Come on, you know that.
No, for me, but of course I didn't think Sweden was going to win again in 20 years. And then suddenly it happened. So I felt it was really much harder to say yes to doing it as well when SVT called.
Yeah.
Because it was like, can we? Do we have it in us?
Yeah. And we really talked to one another.
We did.
Actually discussing this. What can we give? What can we offer?
Yeah.
I mean, we want to do... Every time has to be a new time. We can't just go copy-paste.
So we spoke a lot about it. And I also felt that, first of all, there's so many people that need to approve this. Me being here, so when I got the question, choosing a host takes many months to get approval from everyone, from EBU to SVT bosses, from everyone involved, and to sort of what is the tone, what do we want to tell this time, right? So for me, it was very obvious that if Petra's not doing it, I shouldn't be here again either, because I don't think I can come back and start a new tonality of the show. Like, if I'm going to do it, it has to be true to our sense of humor, because Petra and I have a very similar sense of humor. So when you said yes, I felt, okay, let's just do it because it's fun. Let's just enjoy it one last time.
Yeah.
But this is
this is it.
Yeah.
Well, you say that now. You say that now. Let's go back to 2013, because you are both responsible for the greatest line in hosting Eurovision history. Grab your towels and come together.
Yes.
I think that was the moment, Petra, that people watching were like, we like her.
Well, was it in 2016 though? Or
because come together. Oh, am I getting the years wrong?
You are. It's 16.
Oh my God.
Oh, we forgive you.
Getting it
It's okay.
wrong.
You. But I know I did, because I remember saying it with Måns, and I was thinking many things.
And I was told off by the BBC. The British delegation was not happy with us.
Why?
Oh, yeah, because they thought it was too dirty. And I was like, but what? No, it's all in your head.
Exactly.
We just said it's going to be a sweaty night.
Yeah, it's in
It's
your
time to
head.
come
and
together.
You could just wish that it was on your head. But
Oh, Lord.
no, I didn't say anything.
Has there ever been anything that Edward has written that you've said, absolutely not? No way.
No, never.
Never?
Ever, no. I might have asked, what does that mean? Or, but nothing. No, absolutely not. And the other way around, I don't know, have I said anything?
Not said, but you did once write a joke
yes.
that made me laugh for 3 days, but
Yeah.
we could never say it on TV. And neither here. But yes.
It was for the Swedish.
It was,
yeah,
that was
yeah.
so, you remember it.
Yes.
But,
I remember, because Edward had actually told me it was I think they're the first in 2009, the Melodifestivalen, and Edward, he wasn't there, so he asked me, just write down some jokes about these artists, and then I was sitting there, I wrote maybe 10 jokes, and when Edward came and read them, they were all just roasting people so hard, so we couldn't use any one of them.
Unusable.
It was completely unusable.
But very funny though.
Yeah.
Kept it for your private files
Yeah, exactly.
to laugh at later over dinner.
Yes,
basically, which I'm sure you do.
Yes.
When did you first meet, you two? Can you remember the first time?
Oh, definitely.
I do.
Yes.
Where was
Remember it was
it?
in the kitchen?
Yeah.
Remember
In a
we-
kitchen?
Yeah, in the kitchen. You remember whose apartment?
Of course, it was at Andreas Lundstedt's from Alcazar.
Yeah. Oh, of course.
Yes, he always
Could it
had
get
his
any
place.
gayer?
Oh, 100%.
No. And I come in and I see wow, there's one heterosexual here.
and only to be disappointed.
Only to
Oh,
be
you-
disappointed. But the
yeah.
whole evening, I really thought so. So I had a nice, hopeful 3 hours. So that was,
So you,
It really was a lovely connection.
Yes,
because
yes.
even though the thoughts were sort of carnal from you, it was still like, it was love at first sight.
Definitely,
because we just laughed that whole night.
Yes.
And when I become obsessed with someone, then I just want to make them laugh. That's my thing.
Of course, yes.
So I
Same
just
here.
loved making her laugh. And you had just started doing stand-up.
Yeah.
And you were looking for someone to write
Help me.
your
Yeah.
tone.
Yeah.
And that's when me and Daniel came in, because so was the script. I write together with one of my best friends, Daniel Rien.
he's
Yeah.
We write
fantastic.
together.
Such a beautiful partnership.
Isn't it lovely?
Yeah.
So we write together. So we started writing for Petra and I, and well, at first I started. We did some roast stuff like that, and then Daniel and I came in and we did it together.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, we did.
Yeah,
we roasted together.
So yeah, it was love at first sight. It truly was.
Definitely. And the thing was, Andreas had also said, I'm going to invite somebody that I know you will just love. And, you know, so he was prepared already. He knew that we were going to.
Oh, lovely,
And
Andreas.
and that must have been in the autumn of 2009.
8 even.
8
It's the
even.
autumn of 8.
Okay, autumn of 8 then, yeah. And then the next... Okay, but everything happened really, really quickly.
Yeah, really
because,
fast.
Okay, because and when there was during the Christmas, we got this phone call from
From
the
SVT.
Swedish Melody Festival, so we were like new friends. And then we get this question. I'm sure I was the last choice. But,
Oh, they had gone through the entire list. I mean,
Yes,
they had been working for months.
absolutely,
Everyone said no.
absolutely,
It's now Christmas. The
Yeah.
show is literally airing in a month from now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's when they get so far down the list, they
Yeah.
call Petra and me.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's truly how we got in.
Yes, yes.
And we started doing this kind of comedy in the Melody Festival,
Yeah,
because we
yeah.
come from writing comedy for other venues or, you know, movies, stuff like that. So we did the Melody Festival in a new way. Petra would roast artists. We would just bring a lot of comedy in there. So that's when Sweden won the Eurovision, we could do it in 13. My dream was always to bring Petra with us to that. Because in 13, for so many years, Eurovision had been hosted by 3 people, often very young. It was very sort of models kind of, and a lot of screaming. And I was like, it would be so fun to just bring back one person. It hadn't been one person since, I think, like Katie Boyle or something. It would have just been 2 and 3 people for years and years. So I just loved the idea of doing it with someone who wasn't, I mean, you're a model, of course, but honest to God, who wasn't like 26. It was like, this is a grown woman with a bad back and a small kid waiting in the dressing room. There's another sense of comedy, I think, in that, because when you've lived and when you've been through what Petra's been through, it's hard to get to her. She has a really good shield, which means you can joke about everything. You can take a joke, and I love that.
I love it. And the rest is history.
Well,
Obviously. I just love that you met in a member of Alcazar's kitchen.
Yes,
It just makes so much sense.
It does now. For everyone listening, that is the seed. That's where it bloomed, basically. Let's talk about Love, Love, Peace, Peace, because I'm sure all your friends are always wanting to talk to you about it. But everyone, I think if any Eurovision fan was to meet you in the street, they would want to talk about it, right? So I'm going to do it on their behalf.
Yes.
When you got the first draft of that from Edward, what did you think?
Well, you know, it was just the lyrics that was fantastic. It was so funny, and it described the Eurovision in such a mocking, lovingly way. So,
Yeah, lovingly.
Definitely
Yeah.
lovingly. Yeah, absolutely. So I just loved it. But of course I said, my God, how are we going to do this? I mean, I already did the Swedish Smorgasbord 4 years before, and that was quite long. And I think this one is also 6 minutes, or, you know, it never ends. And it just keeps adding on different things. So, of course, I was thinking, how on earth am I going to do this? Am I going to make it? I know that Måns was, because he's such an entertainer, and he's a professional singer and in good shape. But, you know, it was hilarious, and I loved it from the beginning.
I still think, you know, you think of interval acts, you think of Riverdance now, and Love, Love, Peace, Peace, you know? It's like two sides of the...
Riverdance was also...
Crazy.
Yes,
30 years since Riverdance this year, you know? It's insane.
Yes.
But I love it, and I love that that's a song that probably could have won the Eurovision Song Contest. Do you know what I mean?
Why not?
In another year.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing, I don't know this for sure, but I think it maybe influenced the Eurovision movie a little bit as well.
Oh, wow.
You know? Do you
you
see
think-
what I mean?
yeah,
I
why
think
not?
there's
Yeah,
I think the way
absolutely.
that the tone of the Eurovision movie,
Yes.
definitely the seed is from Love, Love, Peace, Peace.
Oh,
You
wow,
know,
that's so sweet.
little tiny sprinklings and stuff.
Yeah.
Do people try and get you to sing it still, or do they want to talk to you about
No,
it?
they, you know, I think like many fans, they very often want to talk. also about themselves. So I think first you have the history of their lives, and then they sing a little bit of love, love, peace, peace, and then we say goodbye.
but they go away satisfied with a big smile on their face.
Very, and I'm also, for my ego, I can't get enough attention, so I'm also very thankful and proud. But Edward will definitely explain how everything came about. I don't know how.
I don't know. It's just, I think the key was just to make fun of Eurovision, because in 2013 we did all the jokes mainly about Sweden.
Sweden, yes.
And that was like my dream, because Eurovision for so many years had been this. You always, you would. What do you say in English? You would shine the light on your own country.
Yes.
Right.
You would take them.
The bragging rights of your own country.
Yeah. You would. Shine a light is probably the best way of describing it.
I was like, let's do the opposite. So I just wanted to joke about Sweden. So that was our 13, and then we won again. I was like, damn, what honestly was a real problem. I was like, what are we going to joke about now? Because I can't joke about the competing countries, because that would be really rude. So it was like a 1 o'clock at night realization. I was like, oh my God, it's Eurovision. We should joke about Eurovision, because no one has done that. So that's why we wrote the story of Eurovision, which was that opening number in the second semifinal.
I also love
that. And the Love, Love, Peace, Peace. So it was all from the key of like, let's joke. Like, what does everyone watching have in common? The Eurovision. Because that's what they're watching. And it sounds so simple now, but it was a huge realization. We should joke about Eurovision, because everyone has a reference to that. So, and that's what we'll continue doing this year. We're going to take that a little step further.
Well, I was going to say, without giving obviously too much away, what was the challenge this year? Because how do you top Love, Love, Peace, Peace?
It's realizing you can't.
Exactly.
That is,
exactly.
That's
so true.
That's what
so
you have to start.
Yeah.
We cannot top that. No. So we're just going to have fun. We're going to continue the tone, and we want to change things up a little bit. We're going to do even more comedy this year, which I think is fun. Yeah. I think the world needs to laugh right now, and I think the world needs to gather around something that is colorful and playful and fun. So that's what we're going to do. With Eurovision-wise, I was thinking, let's not try to top Love, Love, Peace, Peace. But then there was something that came to us as we were working, which is a number called We Just Love Eurovision Too Much. And I do not want to give too much away, but that's been released. So we can say this. When Loreen won last year, it was not just happiness out there, which I thought was fascinating, because she is an incredible live artist, and that song is obviously a huge hit. But there is something with the Swedish success that just is rubbing people the wrong way. And they're furious at us. And there was so much hatred online aimed at even us. And I was like, what's going on? So I wanted to comment on that, and I wanted to joke about that, because that's the only way I know how to do things, to joke about it. So we're going to joke about the fact that people don't like us for winning, and that's why the song is called We Just Love Eurovision Too Much.
I love it. And you feel that's the way to go, Petra, right?
Yes, definitely. And I mean, we have won 7 times, which is the country that it's us and
Ireland,
yeah. So we have to joke about the fact that we actually have won several times, and that Loreen has done it twice also. It's fantastic, and we are doing a funny thing about it. I think everyone will appreciate it.
The best way to meet anger or meet hatred is always with comedy.
Yeah.
Just joke about it. Yeah. Why are you so angry?
I cannot wait to see it.
Oh, I'm so happy. It's going to be insane.
How are you celebrating Abba this year? 50 years since Waterloo and 25 years since Charlotte Perrelli, obviously.
Exactly.
Let's not forget about Charlotte. And she's coming back. With Helena and Sertab. Amazing.
Yeah, that'll be lovely.
And she's going to be I'm going to be together with her on stage also.
Oh, look at you giving things away. Good for you. I agree. Oh, good. I applaud it.
Okay. But the fact that just being beside her and looking at her and thinking that it was 25 years ago that she won. I mean, it looks like yesterday on her.
Yeah.
So, but she's so professional. So, but sorry, what was the question? Yeah.
It was about Abba. How this year do you, such a momentous occasion, 50 years since Waterloo, like Sweden and Abba are just, they're inextricably linked till the end of time. How do you go about even celebrating that moment?
Yeah. Well, we have a surprise coming up for the final. which I can't get into now, I'm afraid.
Abba?
I hate saying that. Yeah, oh yeah,
Actual
they're
Abba?
coming. They're coming. No, I mean, I think if you know Sweden, if you know Abba, you know that of course you can't get the four of them together again to do something like this. And since we all know that from the beginning, it's kind of an impossible task because it's this mythical group that really are very restricted. They're like the Greta Garbo of Swedish music now. So we have a lovely surprise in the final, and I can't say more than that. but also we're of course going to talk about ABBA. We're going to joke about it. We're going to have some fun. But you know what? I also feel like everyone's expecting ABBA. I think like I read online, people are like, oh, there's going to be an ABBA medley, or we're going to have Eurovision artists sing ABBA, and that is a lone reason for me to not do it. It's like it's too expected, and also to be perfectly honest with you, with Mamma Mia and everything, I think ABBA covers. The world is full of them. I think this should be more about Eurovision than ABBA.
Nice.
And I say that with so much love.
Yeah, that's given people a good enough tease. I like that a lot. Petra, Edward is probably the person I know who knows the most about Eurovision, and that's saying something, right? And he shares all these little clips of all these niche songs that people have forgotten about. Does he do the same with you?
Well, not really, because he knows it's I'm hopeless. I can't even begin to talk about it. I would like to do as much, on social media as Edward. No, I wouldn't like, because I also have a life. But 50% of what he's doing. But technically, I don't know it. So I was actually doing something the other day on the Händelse,
on your feed,
on my feed. So I ended up doing it 4 times. I had 4 feeds that they were the same. I think.
You posted something 4 times.
Yeah,
that's good. So people can watch it 4 times.
But I love watching everything that he puts out there, and he knows. I mean, it's crazy. He knows too much for. It's not good for your own brain.
Weird.
I don't.
It's
think
Eurovisionpedia, isn't it?
It really is.
But Petra loves the old French songs. That's how we get to your heart.
The old chansons.
Yeah, the Luxembourg ones.
J'aime la vie.
Oh, you see, that's what you want to go.
Si tu aimes la musique, danser avec moi. Si tu aimes danser. Oh, yeah. In the 70s, I think that was
Serenaded by Petra.
Yes, serenaded by
I
me.
feel
Yes,
special.
I love everything French.
Is that probably your earliest Eurovision memory, those French songs?
Yes, I would say so. And then ABBA. I mean, I'm old enough. I remember 74. I was 4 years old, and I remember going.
You remember?
I remember because we went to the kindergarten, and then they had like newspapers or like magazines there, and we were just. The girls, we were fighting on taking the pictures of, especially Agneta for some reason. So I remember, trying to just wrap it off, and then she got beheaded. Poor Agneta.
Oh.
So somebody's got her body, and I think I got her face. So and we were just singing Waterloo. No, it was crazy. So therefore, I really, really remember 74. Absolutely, the clothes, the everything, and then I got the LP, which was probably one of my first ever from my dad, and that's for me a very big moment since I really lived it. Whereas you weren't even born.
Not quite. No, me and Edward, I think, are from the same era of Eurovision. We love the 90s,
the 90s.
Eurovisions. So I remember, like, my earliest memory is Sonia for the UK. She had this, like, purple cat suit. Better the devil you know, better the devil you don't. Aha, aha. It came second, basically. So that's one of my... Everyone has their Eurovision memory, Edward, what was yours?
There's so many.
I think
There's so many, but I think, like, if we should choose one, I think it's, Cara Morena. I think like 1990. That's a great year. So I guess Bandido is just like, what the hell is this TV show? I'm staying.
Bandido got a glow up on the official Eurovision channel. They remastered it for everyone to see now, obviously.
Wow. We tried to get it onto onto one of our shows, but couldn't get it. The songwriters were too tough.
How dare they?
Yeah.
Honestly, who says no to Edward and Petra?
Exactly.
Who does say no to Edward and Petra?
I never met anybody.
Petra, very quickly, what is your defining on-stage Eurovision memory, either from 13 or 16? The moment when you thought, whoa, what am I doing?
Yes, that's very easily picked. It's when I'm coming out of the ground, the first semi-final in 2013, and I just say, I was standing there for, almost 5-10 minutes just waiting to pop out slowly and then say welcome to the Eurovision Song Contest 2013. And I remember just, the seconds before this thing starts to move me up, that I was thinking, I will take care of this. Everybody can just relax. I will take care of this. And since then I've had that mantra also to not get too speedy myself, because the excitement in the arena is actually something that you sometimes have to work against a little bit, because you can't go as mad and crazy as everybody else. You have to keep calm. So I remember saying that to myself, and then when I just come up and everybody screams, and I see the audience for like this, for the first time, I have this look at them, and then here we go. I remember that so well.
Chills, goosebumps.
Yeah.
Or
everything.
fear?
No, actually, no. More pride, I would say. Pride and love and comfort, because I was feeling quite comfortable. Yeah.
And finally, you two, as a friendship, a partnership, till the end of time. What's Edward's best dish that he's ever cooked you?
But we don't cook.
Oh, neither of you.
With a gun to our heads, we couldn't.
No.
I remember once Måns Zelmerlöw wanted us to come to his house in the countryside, and he would cook for us. And we stayed away because I don't want to go outside of the city.
First, the other one said, I have a cold. Then the other one said, I have a cold. And
we're so comfortable.
And then we talked to each other and said, I don't want to leave the center of Stockholm. Neither do I. I know he forgives us, but he loved this place. It was probably
I
so
I adore him and his cooking.
Yeah.
No, we can't cook. Have you ever cooked, Petra?
No, I've never cooked. No, I boil an egg, maybe no.
Oh.
No, food is something that we eat. Both of us eat food, but we don't do.
You don't do food.
Yeah.
So your ideal...
I remember Whitney, because Whitney Houston is my big fan. For the first
You're
time...
a big fan?
No, my big idol. So
She would have been a fan.
She really would have.
A Freudian slip. So I remember when a journalist asked her what she cooked, and then she said, Whitney don't cook. And now I'm able to answer the same way. Petra don't cook.
Petra don't cook. It's a song. It's from your
it's
It's from
a
your
Eurovision
debut
song.
EP.
Yes.
Petra don't cook.
Petra don't cook. Song number 2.
That's actually a good idea.
Enter Melodifestivalen next year.
Can you imagine?
Surprise everybody.
I really feel that. Petra don't cook. Maybe some rapping in there. I don't know.
Oh, please. Let's do this.
12 points. Have you been practicing your 12 points, by the way?
Oui, bien sûr, parce que j'ai mon professeur d'anglais et également de français. It's the same teacher for English and French. He's bilingual. He's called, his name is Jean-Baptiste, or JP. And we actually found him. He was there 2013, and for this year, we looked him up, and he's still helping me. Yeah.
He's there. He's back.
Yes.
The gang's all back together.
Everyone's back. Everyone's
Same
back.
but different, different but same.
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
And I should also, while we're talking about the thing that we are here in Malmö again, I must really say that the whole city of Malmö is doing such a good job with Eurovision, because they just embrace it. So it's a joy being here.
Yeah, and it's been tough on them. I mean, it's a special year, and just the security. It's been tough. So yeah, we're happy to be back here.
Yeah.
I've got a mantra: live, laugh, Loreen.
Oh, that's great. What did you take out? You took out pray.
Live, laugh, love.
Oh, love. Oh, yeah, good. Okay, perfect. Yes,
live,
Loreen should
laugh,
be there.
Loreen.
Oh, lovely.
Go forward, and she's going to be here as well. Hopefully.
Yes. Oh, absolutely, she is.
Edward af Sillén, Petra Mede, thank you so much for joining us on the official Eurovision Song Contest podcast.
It's an honor.
Thank you,
It's an
Steve.
honor.
And you're British, it's to die for.
Yeah, look at you melting.
I am melting.
If a British man walks in the room, everything else just disappears.
Yes, it does, yeah.
And now I will.